Houston remembers a civil rights legend. Another TSU board member is under fire. And do you need some help paying your bills during the coronavirus era? We've got some tips. Hi, I'm ReShonda Tate Billingsley with your weekly Defender News Wrap, where we bring you the biggest news stories from the Black community. Houston is mourning the death of former state representative Al Edwards, who died of natural causes April 28th. He was 83. Edwards represented District 146 and notably sponsored the legislation making Juneteenth the first legal Texas state holiday for African Americans. He was a proud graduate of Wheatley High School and Texas Southern University. TSU's Board of Regents is in the news again after Regents censured member Ron Price, who resigned from his position as secretary after comments he made during an expletive-filled recorded conversation with a TSU alumna were released to the public. Price apologized for the comments. You can hear the audio at DefenderNetwork.com. Meanwhile, former TSU President Austin Lane has moved on and is one of two finalists to lead Southern Illinois University as chancellor. The plan to reopen Texas businesses has begun. Businesses approved by the governor to reopen will be limited to 25% occupancy in their stores or face a $1,000 fine. This is phase one. Movie theaters will have spaced out seating. Limited dining will be available at restaurants, no more than 6 people per table. Retailers, museums and libraries, healthcare professionals, and churches can also reopen with limited occupancy. Phase 2 will begin May 18th, with businesses allowed to expand to 50% occupancy. That's when barbershops, beauty salons, gyms, and bars may be able to open. The city is opening a new mobile coronavirus testing site in Sunnyside as data continues to show that communities of color are the hardest hit by COVID-19. The goal is to rotate mobile units throughout the north side and other areas, making them accessible to as many people as possible. Black and Hispanic Houstonians make up about 75% of the people who have died of COVID-19 in the city. For a complete list of the mobile unit testing sites, visit DefenderNetwork.com. Harris County Commissioners took a much-needed first step to help the most vulnerable in our community by approving a $15 million COVID-19 relief fund that will provide support for rent, food, medical care, child care, and other expenses. We're still trying to find out details, and as soon as we know, you'll know. Make sure you check out this week's Defender, where we tell you how to get help with your bills. And since you're still not supposed to be heading to the salon, we have some tips to keep up your beauty regime yourself. Before we go, we want to say congrats to the homegrown football players from the Houston area and across Texas who dominated the 2020 NFL draft class. Even though Texas is reopening, please make sure you stay safe. If you do head out, go by Herman Park and see the new Mickey Leland statue. Until next week, stay plugged in by subscribing to our digital family, which includes Daily Dozen, E-Edition, and of course, News Wrap. It's a wrap. Make sure you're following us at Defender Network on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And join us here next week for all your Defender highlights.